Hello, everybody, and welcome to this MBL seminar on the subject of clinical negligence costs. A bit of a practice update. There's always things going on in ClinNeg and things to be updated with on the periphery that's of interest to clinical negligence lawyers, having done a bit of ClinNeg litigation and certainly a lot of clinical negligence costs in my time. I know it's a very interesting subject. So let's move on and see what the position is going to be then. So let's have just a little recap about the constant change. Apologies on this slide. We're way past the 158th update of the CPI. I did forget to update this. I think we're up to the 166th amendment, I think, at the moment. Never ending, of course. We have to deal with lots of things in our practice, obviously, as ClinNeg lawyers. Virtual reality, doing things virtually since the pandemic, obviously, with a lot of our client work and court work now being virtual. Cost budgeting, obviously, is part of our everyday work now if you do ClinNeg, but it certainly is one of those things that still is a constant problem in setting our stall out at the very start about what we expect our costs to be. The ever-present issue of proportionality, of course, very often in ClinNeg, more than PI often, where a lot of the costs at the front end of ClinNeg have been incurred, which seem very heavy at the very beginning, and already it can make the likely damages that are going to be recovered when one takes into account the entire cost budgeting exercise as possibly not being particularly proportionate. Fixed recoverable cost extension, obviously, that came in on 1st October 2023. We're going to go through that. There, of course, have been the updates from 1st April 2024. Which have encompassed some of the issues regarding ClinNeg. Digitisation, obviously, of the civil court system that's ongoing, the ever-present drive to bring in technology, all the regulatory changes we have to face, obviously, as lawyers. Constant competition, innovation in the marketplace. Why should a clinical negligence client come to you as opposed to another clinical negligence firm? All those issues, and that often comes down to the issue of pricing and funding around those areas, and particularly a bit of competition around whether if you're doing it on a CFA, the extent to which you will be claiming a success fee, additional liabilities, and of course that constant conflict between profitability and access to justice. Where we are as lawyers, and I certainly we're putting my day job hat on, which is often doing pricing training with law firms. We have that ever-present problem of constantly undervaluing ourselves to an extent, but also massively having too much empathy for the client, which means that we often bend over backwards with our work, which then obviously is at odds with what we can recover, and then our profitability suffers because we want to give the clients access to justice. We want to do the best possible job we can for the clients, but of course, sometimes we do more work than we can obviously recover with all the issues obviously on cost recovery.